Welcome back to my channel. My name's Shawna. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button if you're not a part of my family already, and don't forget to turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss the future uploads. So I started this self-care series last week, which is going to be premiering every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. So I started this because these are all really important things that I deem to be a big part of both my life and managing it, as well as lots of new habits that I want to adapt for myself for more productivity and just bring less stress to myself throughout my entire day. Whether that be just my daily life, things I want to work on, and just bringing order to the house in general. But all while still remembering that I'm doing it to help myself, not because, everything just needs to be organized. I'm doing it for it to be functional, not overboard, So today is video 2 of the 5-part series, and today's main point is going to be organize your life. And the 2 concepts in today's video are going to be start planning and listing and decluttering. Okay, so for concept number 1 is going to be start listing and planning. So for the first concept of today's video is going to be to start listing and planning. So if you don't do that already, I know a lot of us already do that in some type of way, but I feel like if you start making lists and you start planning, then your day will be so much smoother because you're going to be in control of it versus, just scattering to remember everything and stay collected. So the way that I like to do that, which is the most simplest way that I found that works for me, because I've tried like quite a bit of things, but it always seems that they become overwhelming and overpowering and kind of defeats the purpose of me just trying to stay on track. It's like I'm trying to, it's like I'm overdoing it, I'm overdoing it to the point that I don't care about what's on the paper, if that makes sense. So the way that I do this is I use a calendar. So I literally am able to plan and keep track of everything for a measly $2. So I'm going to be going over how I do this in a video this week later on if you want to stay tuned for that. But I'm just giving you a general idea because most people understand planning and listing. It's just that I wanted to just throw that in there in case you don't. I'm just encouraging you to go ahead and research and find something that works for you. So, but I will be sharing how I do that. It'll just be a separate video. Like I said, so just look into how to plan on a calendar and just get you some sheets about yay big like this so that you can start making your own lists. Or you can even just use a regular notebook like this, and you can start to use a Sharpie, make a to-do list, make a remember list, things that you need to do for later this week or this month, and then things that you have going on like presently. You can also create yourself a cleaning list. If you just have a lot of projects that you want to tackle or something, then you can have that all here in one notebook, and you can usually find these for like 50 cents, but I know that you can definitely find this for no more than $1. Okay, so now on to concept number 2, which is going to be to declutter. So go ahead and start decluttering all the big and the small spaces in your day and in your life and in your area. It's going to make a huge difference when it's a lot less time consuming to be able to just go in and get things done and utilize the spaces that you have. So if you're constantly looking for things, that takes a lot of time out. It takes a lot of mental power, decision making. All those types of things are just wasted time. So just declutter, keep the things that you need, and be intentional with your space. So that way you don't have to make it a huge thing and get overwhelmed. So start with a drawer, move on to your closet, do your clothing, and then move on to another room. I love using rooms as a starting point because then you're getting a whole job done versus like multiple small areas in your home. But maybe you don't have a big job to do, so go ahead and start with those small areas first and then move on to the more meatier type projects. You just don't need to carry around the extra baggage and be overwhelmed by clutter. Clutter gives me anxiety. If you're somebody who suffers from anxiety or angst, then you really know that having too much stuff in your space just bombards your spirit. So that's how I am. So I think that if you declutter your areas, you will see that you feel a lot more refreshed. So start in those small areas and then move on to the bigger projects, because ultimately I'm encouraging you to declutter your entire home, your car, your mind. Get the use out of the spaces in your home so that you can function better and be more productive. So that's what I'm working on. And don't get me wrong, I am not perfect in these areas, okay? Things are a mess. I have things that are spilling out of areas and piling up. These are just the methods that I know work because we have decluttered, we have done them. You know, it's just been a while since we touched base on everything. But the important thing is that not that your home and your planning and your things are perfect. The whole point is just that you're working on it in a way that says, you know, you're putting in the effort. You're working on it in a way that's going to work out best for you so you can get the most out of your space and peace out of your mind, you know? I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of tips and motivation to go ahead and start organizing and planning and decluttering your life and your home and your space. So if you have any video suggestions that you would like me to incorporate into my channel through this, go ahead and list them down below and share with me something that you're going to be working on this month. So go ahead and pick one thing to declutter this month, big or small, and tell me what it's going to be down below. This month, my goal thing to work on is cleaning the basement. So we are still working on getting our basement cleaned up and decluttering that area. So I will see you guys next week, hopefully Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. Thanks for watching. Bye.